Certificates wuru. The Supreme Court orders Atiku to prove it beyond reasonable doubts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you're watching this video from and the time you're gonna see this video. I remain my humble self, the Aikman. If you're coming across my page and my channel for the first time, I would like you to share my videos, give the videos a thumbs up, and try to drop your comments at the comment section, and also follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so. I want to use this opportunity to thank all my subscribers and all my followers. You guys rock. You guys are making this to be real. When I saw this news that the Supreme Court is asking Atiku to prove it beyond reasonable doubt, I was like, what other things are they trying to ask Atiku to prove again? Atiku went to the US through the court over there. The court asked the school to provide all the record of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which the school did. And also, the school also gave a disposition concerning the certificate they provided. Though the court told us yesterday that they received 2 letters from the school. I don't know how the school will release 2 letters in a particular case. That one of the letter is authenticating the certificate, why one is discrediting the certificate. I think the people that call themselves learned colleagues should also explain to us what the court meant by asking Atiku to prove this beyond reasonable doubt. Because I don't know what to say about that. But let's look deep into the nitty-gritty of this particular news right now. The chairman of the Supreme Court appeal, hearing the appeal against election of President Bola Tinubu, Justice John Okoro, said on Monday that the People's Democratic Party standard bearer in February presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, must prove of certificate wuru leveled against the ex-Lagos State Governor beyond reasonable doubt. Okoro handed down the admonition during the hearing of the election petition against appeal filed by Atiku and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. He stated this following the submission of Atiku's led counsel, Chris Uche San, urging the court to admit the fresh evidence brought by the petitioner. In his bid to nullify Tinubu's victory and prove the allegation that he was not qualified to contest the presidential pool, Atiku had prayed to an Illinois Chicago District Court to order the Chicago State University to release President's academic record. The former vice president of falsifying the Chicago State Diploma of Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration awarded in 1979 that he submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission. He demanded a copy of any diploma issued by CSU in 1979, a copy of the diploma the Chicago State University gave to Tinubu in 1979, and copies of diplomas with the same font, seal, signature, and wording awarded to other students that are similar to what Chicago State University awarded to him in 1979. Atiku application was opposed by Tinubu's lawyers, citing privacy concern, even as they considered that only the certificate should be released and not other privileged record. But the United States Court ordered the release of the ex-Lagos State Governor academic record, which Atiku filed in support of his election petition against appeal at the Supreme Court. Addressing the Apex Court on Monday, Uche insisted that the issue of Tinubu's academic record was a weighty matter and urged the Supreme Court to admit it and as fresh evidence. The senior lawyer said, the issue involving Tinubu's certificate is weighty, grave, and constitutional one, which the Supreme Court could admit. I urge the court to admit the fresh evidence of President Tinubu's academic record from Chicago State University presented by Atiku. The court should take a look at Tinubu's record and reach a decision devoid of technicality. As a policy court, the court has a duty to look at it and should sidestep technicalities. Atiku-led counsel also said the issue of 180 days should not outside the hand of the court. But Justice Okoro, while describing the matter as in the nature, said it must be proven beyond reasonable doubt. He observed that there were 2 letters from Chicago State University. According to him, one of the letters authenticated the president's certificate and the other discredited it. He said there is a matter that has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. There are 2 letters from Chicago State University, one authenticating the president's certificate and another discrediting it. Another panel member, Justice Emmanuel Agim, observed that the disposition Atiku was seeking to tender as evidence was done in the chamber of Atiku's lawyer and not in the courtroom. I expected the colleague to write disclaiming the document in dispute. Does it have the legal authority to administer oaths? We are dealing with a matter that touches on national interest, he noted. But Uche argued that the disposition were done in the presence of Tinubu's U.S. lawyers, adding that there was no dispute about it. The counsel to the All Progressive Congress, Akeem San, told the court that Atiku should not be allowed to bring in documents not presented at the tribunal. He said, "You cannot smuggle in a document into a Supreme Court without first tendering the same at the trial court. The appeal is misconceived and lack merit. It should be outright dismissed." In his response to Uche's argument, the lawyer to the president, Wole Olayipeku-San, similarly urged the court not to admit the fresh document, adding that INEC was not a party to it. The dispositions are not admissible in the US. It is akin to disposition which we have in Nigeria. The disposition was not done in the court and INEC was not a party to it. The disposition must be adopted by the individual that disposed to it before it can be admitted as evidence before the court, he reasoned. He also said the 180 days stipulated for the conclusion of election petition cases is like a rock, it cannot be moved. INEC lawyer Abubakar Mahmood asked the court to interpret Section 285 of the Constitution and also argued the court to dismiss the appeal. The court, which had Onwane, Aji Mahmood Garuba, Ibrahim and others as other panel member, however, reserved judgment in the matter. The court also reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the presidential candidate of Labour Party (P2B) against the tribunal judgment, affirming Tinubu's victory. Obi and the Labour Party, through their lawyers, led by Dr. Livy Uzoku-San, urged the court to uphold the appeal and set aside the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Court that dismissed their petition. The INEC, Tinubu and APC had prayed the court to dismiss the appeal for want of merit. The panel said it would communicate the judgment date to all the parties. Obi, who came third in the election, had in his 51 grant of appeal maintained that the PEPC panel erred in the law and thereby reached a wrong conclusion when he dismissed his petition. He alleged that the panel wrongly evaluated the proof of evidence he adduced before it and occasioned a grave injustice when it held that he did not specify polling units where irregularities occurred during the election. Obi and Labour Party further faulted the PPC for dismissing their case on the premise that they did not specify the figures of votes or score that were alleged surprised or inflated in favor of President Tinubu and the APC. The seven-man panel led by Okoro, after listening to the submission of the parties involved in the matter, said the judgment date would be communicated to them. The panel led by Okoro said this appeal is reserved for judgment until a date to be communicated to the parties. The Apex Court struck out the appeal by the Allied People's Movement seeking to nullify the election of President. Damn. Thank you very much, guys. I remain my humble self, the Ike Man. If you have watched this video to this end, try to share the video, like it, comment, and drop your opinion at the comment section. Try to follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I remain my humble self, the Ike Man. You guys